Robinhood drops their gold card. It also has a big effect on crypto. We'll break it all down for you guys today. You're going to love it. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back in the Tech Path. All right, so let's get into the show today. And I want to touch on our sponsor, and that's iTrust Capital. This is a very critical time for you guys. If you're wanting to take tax advantages for both 23 and 24, you can actually contribute to an IRA, a crypto IRA, up to April 15th. So it's nearing, and once that happens, that's another immediate reduction in your AGI, your adjusted gross income. It's a way that you can take advantage of this. So check it out, iTrust Capital. Buy, sell crypto, gold, silver. With your IRA, you can do it all within the IRA itself, so it's self-directed. You get to manage it. It's just a fee on the trade, so there's no monthly fee. Very easy to do. All right, so let's kick off with this first clip, which goes into a little bit about the design of what they've changed in the app. Take a look.
Now, the current Robinhood design worked perfectly when Robinhood had just one goal. Over the years, though, we've added lots of products. And a lot of these products have ended up getting a little bit buried inside the app. And this is the answer: to let you choose your own adventure.
So this is the main screen, the dashboard, but there is one major difference. Everything is customizable so that the interface can adapt to meet your needs and only show you the things that you want to see. In the new experience, I can choose between an advanced chart with technical indicators, or I could just look at basic price movements. Maybe you're somebody who likes to invest in crypto. You can create a crypto-focused dashboard where you can see your performance and track major coins. And this is what the interface would look like if you're a Robinhood Gold member. You can see your retirement account. I can keep track of my contributions. You can see how much cash is earning interest in your account. What you'll notice about this new experience is that there are no tabs at the bottom of the screen. By creating this dashboard, we were able to get rid of tabs altogether and put the decision-making power in your hands.
All right, so the UX is an important thing because as you see new investors coming into crypto, ease of use is going to be a very critical thing. And I think this is going to be one of those apps that starts to influence the development of a lot of other apps, probably your Coinbase app, your Gemini app, all those different apps you're using now. I like the dashboard approach, the big changes they're making on the UX, which I think is going to just make it that much easier to manage all things on an investing front. Now, where does this come in and help you guys? Well, they revealed the card yesterday, so let me show you what they said.
You're going to love these cards. All right, because we have younger folks in colleges and universities, recent grads. So these folks have a hard time qualifying for traditional credit cards. What they're looking for is a starter card. No, the more established customers are looking for a great digital experience. They want no annual fee. We also have super prime high net worth individuals. Now, these folks are looking for a premium metal card that feels really good to the touch, high quality design, and amazing rewards. Starter card, everyday card, premium card. These are not three separate cards. It's one card. Introducing the Robinhood Gold Card. These are some of the credit cards that you guys might have in your wallets right now. And none of them offer what we've decided to do. We're giving 3% cash back across the board. So the best credit cards out there accept less than half of their applicants. Now, our intention is for nearly everyone with a Robinhood Gold membership to qualify for a Robinhood Gold credit card.
I'm kind of curious how they are able to kind of leapfrog the credit requirements for getting, an advanced card like this, especially a rewards card, because these are typically reserved for maybe a 650 or a 700 plus credit score in most cases. So this will be a big leap forward in the credit community, I think, as Robinhood kind of breaks the ceiling there. The 3% cash back across the board, I think that's a pretty big statement. No longer is it, the Amazon card or the Gemini card that has limitations on certain things. There are some things within it, though, that I think he did not necessarily mention. And one of them was this right here, the 5% travel cashbacks. Now, this is only going to be through the Robinhood travel portal. So I don't know how that's going to play out from a cost justification if they get, if it's going to be a comparison like hotels and flights and things of that nature. But the fact that you get a 5%, that could be a very big factor, I think, for a lot of business travelers out there. So when you guys are taking a look at this, maybe you're not a Robinhood customer right now, make sure and use our link down below. There's actually a way that you can sign up for this gold card and get started with Robinhood. Very simple. They're not an advertiser and they're not part of the show, but it does help us kind of get some of those rewards. So check it out. The other thing you got to take a look at here is the comparison of other cards that are out there. Now, Gemini has been pretty much the leader out there when it comes to rewards cards, especially from a crypto exchange. And if you look at some things they've done is instant rewards on the moment you swipe. This is probably the thing that makes Gemini so unique. The minute you go and spend, your reward is immediately dragged into it. Now, there are some benefits with what Robinhood has done because they're activating how those rewards can go back into a brokerage account. They'll talk, I'll show you a little bit of a clip on that. But that will be the big question, I think, for Robinhood is how they manage those real-time rewards going on. Take a look at this next clip because they're talking about stacking these rewards, which has never really been done before. Listen to what they had to say.
So traditionally, what other credit cards allow you to do is use your cashback rewards for travel, for shopping, for gift cards. We let you do all these things as well. But there's one thing that is truly unique to us and only we'll let you do, which is to invest your cashback directly into your brokerage account. So I'm going to go here, press this button. Done. That's it. The money's in my brokerage account. Let's go back there and see if it showed up. So I'm going to click here. Moment of truth. Boom. The cool thing is that the $100 I just sent over is already earning 5% yield because I'm a part of the Gold membership.
Do you get the 1% on that?
There's a live question from the audience about whether you get 1% from this cashback. I think I'll have to check with Vlad.
I think it's true. Yeah, you do.
All right, so what they were talking about in that clip is this right here, and this came from their announcement last night, is that the 1% unlimited deposit boost goes in. So any cash that you put into the account gets that 1%. So immediately, whether it's a paycheck, 1% more. If you put in a dump deposit in there, 1% more. That's in addition to the 5% you're already getting right now, and that's basically yield. So the question that the audience was asking there was, does the rewards, when you cap them into your account, to your exchange account, do they automatically get the 1%? And they said yes. So that's kind of where it gets into stacking. That's a pretty interesting benefit in the sense that you get the 5 plus the 1. All of that's coming in with this new gold plan, and looks pretty cool. I think this is going to be a big popular product, I think, from Robinhood. The key here, I think it'll start to lure in a lot more people. They've already been starting to do these the IRA matches. I think that's another factor that comes in. There's one feature, though, that I thought was really interesting, which was the virtual cards. This was a clip them talking about this. This is really neat. Take a look.
We're actually announcing a brand new credit card app. Go back and open my credit card app. Let's talk about virtual cards. So before I go into it, I'll tell you what virtual cards are. They are disposable card numbers that you can create whenever you want and get rid of them whenever you're done with it. So I wanted to sign up for Equinox. I went there, I signed up for a 3-day free trial. So this is now what I'm going to do. Instead of going there in person and canceling it, I'm going to click here and just cancel this guy. Like that.
One of the innovations that's built into the credit card is the ability to create anonymous virtual cards. Look at how easy it is to anonymize your name and to use a virtual card online.
Cool, that's it. Now I have a card under the name JDO, which I can use for all my private purchases. You can actually do this for anyone in your family that is important to you. So
a lot of our first customers now have families of their own. They want to share Robinhood with their loved ones, and this product allows them to do that.
So a lot to unpack there. You compare this to things like the Apple Card or other credit cards out there that do have the virtual card capacity. Most of the time, it's just like you do one, and that's kind of the virtual card that stays in there, and that's how you use it. The privacy feature, to me, is huge because that is something that I think a lot of people would love to do. Just think about it. You're buying a wallet, just a crypto wallet. You don't want people to know that it's you buying that crypto wallet, mainly for whatever reasons, maybe just for security purposes. That I think is a big benefit. So that's a pretty cool feature from a virtual card standpoint. And you can do as many as you want, including for other family members. That starts to create more benefits. It sounds to me like Robinhood has really kind of cracked the code here for what the future is going to look like around this kind of thing as it relates now to crypto investing, because there's a lot of tie-ins here for it. ARK, of course, Cathie Wood started to exiting Robinhood maybe a little bit too early here. I saw that. And then they do their announcement. I just wonder what this is going to look like in terms of adding new members to Robinhood. If that is the case, we could see some very interesting moves here on Robinhood as well. All right, let me go to another clip here, and this gets into a little bit around the Visa partnership that they had, which is a big deal. Take a look.
When we think about the network, it's very important. Obviously, every transaction you make goes through it. So we wanted the best network with the widest availability and global reach. So we went with Visa. Hopefully.
Hey, Vlad, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, and I can see you. Look at that.
Like Robinhood, at Visa, we come to work every day in service of our customers. Robinhood's mission to democratize finance for all, and it aligns closely with Visa's purpose to uplift everyone everywhere by being the best way to pay and be paid.
All right, so just remember, the real revenue that Visa, MasterCard, all these companies get is from their merchant services. So that's why you get these cards in many cases for no fee. It's why you get these cards where they have these rewards coming back in. It's always going to be paid by someone or something. And in this particular case, it's primarily done by the merchants. And the merchants have been the challenge. And I think now, we just reported on this earlier this week, is the huge case where we were going to see these fees, one, frozen, and then also some rebates coming back to merchants for fees that have been overcharged. So this is a big deal in the credit card community. Now, what is it that they're afraid of? I think when I say they, meaning, the big credit card companies, they are afraid of peer-to-peer cash. This is a company called Code that is doing just that, and that is creating peer-to-peer cash transactions that are very unique and different. And this is probably going to start to migrate its way into crypto. I want to go to another clip here of the CEO. He's talking a little bit more around what Code is and how it's going to work in the future. Listen in.
And it really does feel like that. It feels like you're actually working with physical cash in your hands, but it's on a phone. I'm going to attempt this. We'll see if it works. All right. So if we can do this.
So yeah, it's just like cash. I just point my phone at that, and then boom, I got the cash. Here, man, it's your cash. You take it back.
Ted's putting his phone up now, and they're just switching cash back and forth. It's absolutely insane.
It's instant, it's private, it's guaranteed, and there are no fees. And because it is self-custodial, it's available to anybody, anywhere in the world.
We think it's critical that code be open source. And so what we're announcing today is that we're open sourcing all of code. All of the app, the iOS app and the Android app, the back end and everything in between. We're actually just doing a quick tally here before the call because we thought it could be a cool metric. It's looking about roughly 700,000 lines of code we've written that we're going to be open sourcing under an MIT license. So people can take it, contribute to it, fork it, do whatever they want with it.
So as you can see, Visa's big move into blockchain is purely out of necessity because they are afraid. They're scared of these kinds of situations happening. And that is peer-to-peer payments and a solution for merchants that start to cut into the cash cow of all these credit card companies who are every time you pay that, remember, we've talked about this many times, you pay something at a restaurant, you pay something in a hotel, 3%, 2.5% is going directly to Visa, MasterCard, and so on. All of that, in some cases, the merchant is now saying, hey, listen, we want you to pay that, Mr. Customer. Now it's you, that are now getting, in some cases, those merchant fees paid through us because the merchant's like saying, hey, I don't want to pay them. So this is the problem that all of these scenarios place into it. And then if you look at the evolution of where loyalty is going, Visa also jumping into this because loyalty is going to be a major factor here. This was another feature, digital collectible powered loyalty, digital wallets, all of this coming into the future of where blockchain is going. And that's why Solana is so critical in where this potentially could go. Now, there's two major sections, I think, of consumer apps that are going to be affected the most. One that you probably recognize is going to be in the food side of things. And you guys have heard me talk about this many times, and that's the Devour app. The Devour app is essentially the solution that solves that peer-to-peer opportunity for digital payments and rewards all in one. It also has a game slant. So that's why I like the projects, why I work with them. But this is just one of many that's going to be coming down the pipeline in blockchain that is going to circumvent all of these fees. This is the biggest issue when we're talking about really billions and billions of dollars in fees annually. So it's good that I think all of these rewards are coming in through Robinhood and all these kind of advancements on the credit card side of things. But at some point, if those fees ever get cut, if those fees ever start to go away, guess what? You're going to expect, I think, those rewards to go away unless you're in a club or a program that has other ways to be able to leverage, which is where I think Robinhood is going. So some cool stuff happening out there. ARK also knows what's happening because what are they taking with that investment that they were pulling out of Robinhood? They're going right into gaming. So it gets back to my point there with Devour, is when you look at gaming integrations, you look at payment integrations, and you look at opportunities, who are some of the big players there? Roblox, of course, has already talked about this, possibly integrating NFTs and collectibles into the app, which was going to need a solution to be able to plug into a lot of these from a crypto standpoint. In the future, I think NFTs will go there. So there's a lot brewing around all of this, and it all is connected, mainly because of the major companies that are involved here and what's been happening with them. So where does this leave Solana? Well, it leaves Solana in a very good place because they're attaching themselves. I wouldn't say they, but the point is that blockchain is starting to integrate into some very key areas. Listen into this next clip. They talk about the future of Solana.
But I think you were the first application either to say we're going to launch in Solana or the first to migrate.
Yeah, we were the first Web2 company to launch our own cryptocurrency in 2017. And we were the first cryptocurrency project to announce moving to Solana in 2020. We're like, listen, we've looked at all the options. We've evaluated all the technology. This is the least bad option, is what we always look for, which is the best option. Every option has compromises, but this one has the fewest compromises. The speed, the vision for it, and how we get this thing to scale, we think this is going to be the best bet. I think it's only a matter of time where Solana simply replaces Ethereum.
Wow, that's a big statement there, replacing or flipping into Ethereum in the sense of the ecosystem. Now, granted, if you do see the future of retail as one of the biggest use cases utility-wise for crypto, okay, then there's a good possibility there. You're talking trillions and trillions of dollars in the retail ecosystem that could potentially go through that. Right now, almost 80% of those fees are going through a digital transaction or a merchant transaction of some sort. Only about 20 to 23% is in cash right now. So that's a big deal when you look at what's the alternative. That's why this is such a major issue in crypto around payments. So definitely one to watch here. If you take a look at the Solana chart right here, I'm using the Lux Algo signals and overlays. That's what those little red and green tabs are right there. These blue checks right here are take profit points. And you can kind of see with Lux Algo, they've done a pretty good job. There's a take profit point as it dipped in. That was a warning kind of on the dip here. A little bit of a take profit right here around 150. And then here we zoomed up here to the top at around 200 with a nice take profit, and we're still experiencing that one. All right, another chart I want to take a look at here is, of course, the Robinhood chart. Here was when their announcement happened on gold and all the advancements, and boom, you get a little bit of a spike. But a nice move up over $20 right now on Robinhood as well. And if I go back over to the MSI tokens, we'll take a quick look at some of those. I'll go jump down here to one, of course, the DPAY token. That's the one we were showing just a minute ago. This one continues to do really well. This is on the 4 hour, so it's continuing to move up. Again, I think there's a lot of movement with this one, just mainly because I feel it is one of the real apps that's going to be used in food service and in crypto at the same time. So it's kind of a magical place. Anyway, if you guys are not in the Diamond Circle, get in right now. It's a great place to get additional content. And of course, catch me out there on X at Paul Barron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechBack.